Good morning, model citizens. Welcome to Hang Out with Humanity. My name is Heath. Today I thought we'd run some trains. I got some new Z-scale items that I thought I would set up and just sort of have a relaxing Friday. If you can hear me, please, hear me, see me. If I can get a thumbs up, just to make sure that everything's working okay. And just a little, just a little note of warning. I'm a little tired and my stomach doesn't feel so good. So if at any point I pop up my be right back, I might be taking a nap. So we'll we'll see how that goes. Thanks everybody confirming that everything is going well. Let's take a moment and see who's in the chat. We've got Mr. Brian Page. Welcome, Keith from CANP Railroad. Keith, yeah, let me know if you come into town. Let's go hit the train store. We also have Kieran J94. We have Bill Voits joining us. John Train BFGR. Thank you so much for coming this morning. Tyler from Lackawanna Railfan. My Life Tracks. And I'm trying to remember your first name, and it's completely going over my head right now, but that happens sometimes. Nick from Nick's Crossings. We've got Norm Miller checking in, and Norm, dog is walked. We should be good for at least 5 minutes, I think, something like that. Randall Ellison, welcome to the stream. John from Schuylkill River Valley, representing Sidetrack Sunday. Thanks for coming, John. Steve Childers, hanging out. We'll see if we'll check in with Steve a little later. Maybe he's wearing his Blame Heath shirt. And we also have the Closet Branch. Welcome everybody. Thanks for coming. If I missed you, I apologize, but we'll keep we'll keep checking in as we go, and we'll see how things pan out for the day. So the first thing I've got running on the layout is the trolley. I'm loving this Motorman setup. I've got the controller mounted over here. You can just sort of see it in the corner, and I like just being able to sit down at the desk and just have a train run back and forth and just kind of hear the sounds and just sort of enjoy it. So yeah, it's good. It's good. Welcome, Bernard C. Thanks for checking in. Tim, just waking up. Tim, what part of the world are you in that you're just waking up? I'm on the East Coast, and I gotta admit, some days I wish I could sleep until 11, but not always possible. But I try. I do try. Before I bring any guests up, I want to try something. There is a new feature in StreamYard where instead of just sharing your screen, you can actually share a video. And I recently put out a video. It's my Blame Heath challenge video, and I thought I would throw it up there, and I'm doing it more a little bit, to introduce the challenge to some people that may not have watched it yet. But also, I'm just kind of, I just want to kind of, see what happens. Tim, that is right. You are on the other side of the stage. I forget. I can't keep it straight sometimes. Mr. Blue Comet, John 2618, checking in. So yeah, Tim blames me for his mic breaking. If Tim did a stream, Tim, if you don't know, on Island Scenics has two channels. He's got his main channel, Island Scenics, and then he's got another channel. I think it's called Live on Island Scenics. So if you look up Island Scenics, you should find both of them. But his live channel, he did a stream the other day, and for 7 minutes, he was going on this long rant, and we kept typing in chat, Tim, your mic, 7 minutes. It was glorious. So that would be a great example of something for the Blame Heath challenge. Nick, man, dropping an N scale GG1. I don't even know what to say, but another good example. Let me bring up the video, just to I'm curious if this works. We'll see what happens. Let me know if the Let me know if you can hear the sound. I'm kind of curious how it works. I think I can talk over it, but we'll see. So if people have questions, yeah, I'm just gonna roll it. Let's just see what happens. So this is my whole video. It's got the intro. It's gonna, it's got everything.
Life
so.
isn't perfect, and sometimes it's downright messy. And this is just as true with the best hobby in the world, model railroading. And in this mess is where we will find the Blame Heath Challenge.
So it looks like I've got volume
City
control as well.
intersects with
So
human.
I think if you can hear it, I can kill
Channel
the volume.
is all about model railroading in small spaces. N scale, Z scale, HO scale, modular layouts, tutorials, reviews, and running trains. Please hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications to catch all of my future videos.
And you can pause it. So that's, I think this is kind of a, I see two. Oh, that's too funny. But yeah, so this is a neat new feature in StreamYard. I have mixed feelings about StreamYard. But I think this is kind of a fun new little feature.
One of the great things about creating and sharing content on social media is that we can edit out all the mistakes. If we build something 5 times, we can only show the 5th take, and then it looks like we know what we're doing. And the trains seem to always run perfectly in our videos. But we all know what actually happens behind the scenes. I've already seen some people post bloopers videos of their challenge attempts. On Friday, February 12th for Hangout with Humanity, I'm going to attempt to complete as many challenges as possible from this list I put together. But here's my challenge to the model railroading community. For the Blame Heath Challenge, what is a moment in your model railroading journey that stands out to you as a circumstance when something, and maybe everything, went very wrong? Maybe it was an issue with time where you had to redo a section of your layout more than once. Or maybe it was a moment that cost you money because your favorite locomotive fell off the layout onto the floor and it's now in multiple pieces. Or maybe it was a moment when you were trying to pour a resin lake, but the resin leaked out onto your workbench. These are just a few of the examples that I thought of to illustrate the intent of the Blame Heath Challenge. There are 3 ways to respond to the challenge, and all 3 involve uploading a video to YouTube. Option 1. You captured your Blame Heath moment on camera and you can post the video. Please include an explanation either as a voiceover or in the description. Option 2. You create a video that retells the story of your Blame Heath moment, including the who, what, when, where, and why. Or option 3, and this is probably my favorite, you stage a reenactment of the moment that includes all of the typical elements we know and love about reenactment videos. The drama, the overacting, the 2 perfect camera shots of the moment. You're welcome to share as many of your Blame Heath moments as you would like, and you can mix and match the various response options to have a lot of fun with this challenge. For some, it might be hard to find a moment that would not make a good video for this challenge. For myself, I could find several moments in each and every of my live streams that would fit this challenge. Please put hashtag BlameHeath, all one word, no spaces, in the video title or in the description so that I'll be able to find your videos. Please do not include any music in your entries, as I would like to share a selection of the videos on Sunday, February 14th for Sidetrack Sunday. And one last thing. I've started a Blame Heath support page where you can buy Humanity Junction, a model train. If you like the Blame Heath movement of showing all of the moments in the hobby, good and bad, please consider contributing so that I can keep creating videos. Go to blameheath.support. I'm really looking forward to all the responses that I get to this challenge. I am what I am because of who we all are.
Well, that was kind of fun. I thought that was kind of interesting. I don't know about others, but it seemed to work. I can't wait to see some of people's responses to the challenge. I think that's going to be amusing. I hope people sort of take it on and get it for what it is. I've already had some comments on Facebook. People like, oh, why, you shouldn't blame people and all this kind of stuff. And it's all in fun. I get that. For me, I take the blame, concept as it's kind of, I can solve problems. I've got, I can problem solve. You saw me problem solve the scale locomotive next week. So yeah, have fun with it. Just, whatever you want to do. And I did also create a new way to support the channel, blameheath.support. It's something called Buy Me a Coffee. My channel's not monetized, and I know like Patreon and some other things are a big ask to, ask for a monthly commitment. The blameheath.support will take you to a page that's called Buy Me a Coffee. You can kind of just, pick an amount, throw it up there, and, one-time payment, and it's all good. So, I really appreciate it. I love making these videos, but it does, take time and stuff like that. So, there's that. The other one thing I want to mention before we bring up Steve and say hello to Steve is I'm making a big push to hit 1,000 subs. I think I'm at like 896 right now or something like that. So I'm like 4 away from 900. But my game is I want to hit 1,000 subs by March 13th for the meet and greet at Northlands. So March 13th, meet and greet at Northlands. I want to hit 1,000 subs. That's the game I'm playing. That's the goal. So, that's what I'm playing. That's what I'm playing for. So, Mr. Steve, I just unmuted you. What's going on?
I thought you'd bring up the other me that's down there.
The other me? You want me to bring this up now too?
Yeah.
Is this every time you come up? Should we just bring up the mute Steve button?
Sure. Switch me
Yeah,
over.
your headphones on now. You sound better, but when I first brought you up, you were feeding back.
Huh.
Oh,
I don't know why.
but
'Cause
you're
there's
good now.
nothing else on.
Yeah, you're good now. So, or I could have just. I've got
Go on.
voices in my head. For all I know, I could have been hearing the voices in my head. Yeah, the Trade Freak. I could do that. I could announce a contest. And we were talking about this on Tim's channel the other day, yesterday actually. Tim Island Scenic's channel. When you announce a contest to get to 1,000 subs, and then people join just to enter your contest, then those subs don't necessarily stay around. They come, they enter the contest, and then they leave. And it was a really interesting conversation because we were talking about like what it means to have kind of real subscribers, and the way Tim defined it, and I actually think it was I don't even know if Tim's here and we're talking about him, but the way Tim defined it that I really liked is a real subscriber means somebody that's a part of the community, somebody that shares in the community, and that sort of thing. So I don't want to put up the contest just to get to 1,000 subs. I want to get to 1,000 subs and then talk about the contest. And yeah, I don't know why when I unmute Steve, I am hearing I'm hearing a little echo in my ear. Yeah, so Railfan, take pictures and videos, but don't trespass. Trespassing is no good. No good, no good. So I'm going to switch to my side camera here, and we're going to go and start setting up the Z-Scale stuff. I do have a quick question for people. People that were here at the beginning, did people like that I started the stream early and then had a countdown so you knew exactly when the stream was going to start, so that you can come in, say hello, kind of, just be here and hang out. But with the countdown, you knew when the stream was going to start? Or do people prefer that the stream just kind of, starts right on time and gets going? I was listening to some other YouTube channels, and they talk about how it takes about 10 minutes for people to like show up and get here and that kind of stuff. So I thought I'd try it. I used to have it, and I took it away. and I just added it back. So little happy birthday car in Z scale. I think I have this in N scale too. I'm not 100% sure. The other thing I need to do today is the Z scale GG1s are known for being too light, meaning that they basically can't pull anything. So they sell these little weights, and they're basically little, cut pieces that fit into the locomotive, a little sticky, and I'm going to put them in the locomotives because I want to pull. This is an Atlantic Coastlines and Pennsylvania Railroad Z scale. So, Andy, all of this right here, this is all Z scale. It's not N scale. So here's N scale, here's Z scale. Hello, Lauren Hurwitz. Hello, Gareth Waith. Thanks everyone for commenting on the countdown. I think I'm going to keep it. I'm sure somebody will complain about it because people love complaining about things. But as long as I get at least one person liking it, it's really good. Like grandchildren. It is actually funny. So the two locomotives that I have in Z scale are these two Marklin, and this is the GG1 Blackjack, and this is the GG1 Bicentennial. I have both of these locomotives in N scale as well. So I think it's I think that's kind of fun. I think there's I like having the connection between them, and my dream, the big picture dream would be that I have an N scale layout, and then in the background there's a loop of track that is Z scale. And I set up some sensors so that my N scale consist would go into a mountain and then pause in that mountain, and the Z scale would come out, run a loop, come back into the same mountain, and then the N scale would come out again. So it's as if the train sort of goes into the mountain, passes off into the distance, and then comes back, and then keeps going again. So that's, the dream. Why not? Why not have a dream? Why not? Steve, I heard you're making a big change to your layout. What's that all about? What's that? What's
Yeah, if you look behind me back here, and over there, this whole thing is getting ripped out. Probably starting as soon as this live stream's over, and I'm putting in this crossover that I have prefabbed right here, and then I've got another section prefabbed over here that I'm replacing that back run of track with that goes like this and like that.
So, and the point of this, I think, if I remember correctly, is you're going to put another bridge in so it can run continuously around the whole room and not be not have two balloon loops, basically.
Yeah, I got to replace what's here first and make it correct. But then the other bridge is the drop down is right back here.
Yep.
And the framework for it's already done. But yeah, then it'll run across and around eventually. But I got to get this right so I can get this turntable in.
Oh, so the goal is to make room. Basically, if you take the balloon loom out, it gives you the room to put the turntable there on that bench work.
No, the room is there. It's just that the track work is shoddy at best. All right, that I did early on building this. So I want to get it right. All right, and I don't want to put the turntable in first and then be messing around and screw up the turntable trying to redo this track.
Okay. So was it my fault when the track was installed incorrectly the first time?
Yeah, it most definitely was. Not that we had met by that point in time, but I knew it was somebody's fault, and it turned out it was yours.
Nice. Hey, March West Junction, how you doing? Oh, see, Nix has an idea here. You're gonna build a
Drawbridge.
drawbridge. That would be fun.
I got enough bridges. I've got major doorways and stuff I have to contend with in this room, so it's always a challenge.
Yeah. So Brian Page made a comment just a little bit earlier that he has a hard enough time getting the N scale on the track. I do have one of these. I think they're called thingamajiggies.
Railers or
Yeah.
railers.
Rail, yeah. I guess it's a railer. I don't know, but between this and my just wonderful eyesight, I'm sure it'll be interesting to say the least. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these weights in one of these GG1s, just so we can kind of see how that takes us, and then we'll get the GG1s on the track and get some trains running.
I have to have one for HO. I wouldn't be able to find the one for Z scale.
Well, it's funny you say that. What I actually love is that Brian from Cross Anchors Railroad uses one on his O scale whenever he's putting cars on his O scale. And I was gonna make some goofy comment about it, but I decided I'd keep my mouth shut because, you know, I can't see what I'm doing, so I have nowhere to talk. Yeah, so both Andy and Jason the Train Freak are saying that they have a railer for theirs, and I've got one for N scale too. We all.
The only drawback to these are you got to put it somewhere. So when you put it somewhere, it's not handy when you have to put a car on the track. So you forget to even use it.
It's funny you say that because Back on Track actually has shirts that say, "Where is my rerailer?" because Steve Arnold, I believe it was, kept losing his railer. So what he actually did is he put a hole in it and tied a string to it, and he's got a couple of them basically hanging off of his benchwork around his layout. NEC Jersey Rail fan, my question to you would be, how old are you? Because once you hit 40, something tells me that's going to change.
That's when you have to go to progressive lenses or bifocals.
Yeah, I have one pair of progressives, and then the rest are all reading glasses. And should I wear the progressives more often? Probably. If anyone else wants to come up, I think the link should be popping up in the chat. Otherwise, you just have to put up with Steve and I. I'm actually wearing today, I don't know if you can see, I'm wearing my DIY and digital shirt. Be kind and play with trains, DIY and digital. Another channel I really like.
I'm, of course, wearing my Friday uniform.
Yes, I appreciate that. So now what I don't know, I guess it wants to go between probably doesn't, so there's the contacts on the front, and then there's contacts in here, and it wants to go in the middle of those two. So let's see if I can make that happen without taking off this light board. Just don't what?
Yeah, just don't let it short anything out.
Oh, come on. We already went through that last week. I'm ready to troubleshoot it again. Hey, actually, this that Amtrak locomotive that. Oh, I should have weighed these for people too. You can do a before and after weight on these.
Hi, Pete.
Scale out. Let's take this. Let's get rid of this. Let's get this guy out.
So does the NRA have recommended weights for N and Z scale like they do HO?
They definitely do for N scale. I can imagine they do for Z scale, but to be honest, I don't know what they are. So my understanding, so the reason they made these weights is that, like, and even here, like, if there's a little bump in the thing, they're just so light that they just couldn't pull. So this says 39 grams, and we're adding. Let me open this guy up and take these other ones out. 39 grams, and we're adding about 50. Well, we're adding, I guess, 16 grams, taking it up to 54 grams. It's sort of funny that we're even talking at the level of grams in this, but
well, you're adding roughly 50%, just under 50%.
Yeah, and supposedly this really helps make them much better pullers. So, you know, who am I to argue with people much smarter than I am? I do sort of think it's neat that little instructions come with these GG1s on them, and then it's this whole, like, nicely printed wall thing. Oh, so what I also learned is, if you notice, this here is different than my decoder. They make DCC drop-in decoders for this locomotive. Unfortunately, they can't import them into none of the N-scale people can import them into the US. So to get one, you have to basically order it from Germany and ship it over. And they're reasonably priced DCC decoders as far as, you know, like Z-scale or just general decoders go. But then once you have to pay to get them, you know, into the country and everything, and I don't know that I need this to be DCC. It's, you know, it's kind of nice that it's just simple and so there it is.
So
you can see the two weights installed on either side now.
So you're going to leave your Z scale as just DC then?
I think so. At least for now. Hey, if enough people buy me a coffee, you know, maybe I'll be able to convert to DCC. There's part of the Z scale thing for me is that I wanted simple.
Yeah.
And you know, I
Lee
get
says he's in the basement.
Yeah, I see him. I'll bring him up in 1 second. Z scales turned out to be a little more difficult than I expected, but it's, you know, it's simple. So let's see. So that's 38 grams, and then with the weights, 53. So it's pretty good. And of course,
now,
the dog is back here.
Did you do a pulling test? A pulling test before?
I didn't. We can do that though, because I got two of them.
You got to take. Oh, okay. You haven't done the other one yet, right?
Nope.
And they're the same.
Same exact locomotives, just one's they're different colors.
Yeah, different shell. Okay. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the difference is.
Let's do that. I like that idea, because I was just gonna run them. You know, I was just gonna run them together, the two locomotives. But you know, I think. Sorry, I'm trying to plug things in as I go. But let's do that. Let's see what happens. I'm curious. You can bring up Lee while I'm plugging this in. What's up, Lee?
Hello, Heath.
Hey, Lee.
Hello, I've got a different camera angle. I'm trying another camera angle.
I see that.
I've got a second monitor as well. You can just see the top of it.
Oh, yeah,
Doesn't
I do
matter
see
what
that.
angle. Doesn't matter what angle I have a camera at. I still look the same.
Yeah, now I've got to finally. I've just got to get a keyboard now, so then my laptop can just be in the corner. Then streaming from. I see I've been added to the thing, Heath.
Yep. Yeah, John did that the other day.
Yeah, he said when the countdown idea was a good idea. Is a good idea.
Thank you, Lee. And it worked for 5 seconds and then stopped.
Blame Heath.
What are the cameras running or something? What? Why could it? Jeez. I ran these two locomotives around this same exact loop for like an hour or two the other day.
Uh-huh. In your dream?
No. Not in my dream. Alright. It's all plugged in. We saw it move. So we know it's working.
I didn't see a thing.
I didn't either.
Don't make me go back and show the tape again. See? I told you though, every live stream I could put in my Blame Heath challenge. Like,
yeah, you
Did you turn the power pack on?
Yes.
Yeah, but you checked, didn't you?
See?
Yeah.
This one's running.
Okay.
It looks well.
I guess this one was the one I was having all the issues with the other time too. So.
And it was the tabs, wasn't it? Not making contact? Or no, it was the switch.
The switch, yeah. Or at least that's what I thought it was. Although... now, maybe it wasn't. Don't you just love live streams?
That's why they're fun to do. That's why I like live streams.
Lee, I blame you because it was all working until you came up here.
I still can't.
Yeah, just blame me. Just blame me. That's not on you.
And now I got to be able to get the screwdriver in this little hole. And I can't see. I hope it's not dead. I mean, this one is the one that overheated, but I had it running for a long time. And it did just run for a split second.
It's just not making contact somewhere. Either the switch or one of the pickups. Something.
Well, maybe I can't do the pull test today.
It'll make for a good follow-on video.
Oh, wait.
There you go. What'd you do?
So I'm so paranoid now about blowing the thing up that I don't only turn it off, but I put the direction switch in the center. So the second time around, I just had the direction switch in the center. Hey, come on. Give me a break. What do you want from me? So,
if you weren't you would still be blaming you. Does that make sense?
I know, right? I know. I should have worn the Blame Heath shirt because, like, you know, it was pretty much. And I'm gonna leave my glasses on because I have a feeling that if I take them off,
Pete says, "Wow, you turned it on."
yeah. Hey, Barnabas. Hello. Goodbye.
Hey, Chris.
Hi, Crash.
Chris Hale's Heritage Railways here. What are you working on today, Lee?
I've got something on the bench, but it's me thing for me Sunday build. I'm just getting ready to put one of them together to start doing detail on it on Sunday on my stream. But I have got another project on the go as well. I've got the competition Jack's doing as well, that scratch build one.
Jack has a scratch build one? I saw his switching one.
Yeah, he's got for a scratch build. Have you seen that video he's done?
I will have to check that out.
Yeah, he's got a scratch build one. You've got from, when is it? You can do it either as a live or a video till the 10th of March to build something from scratch. It can't be from a kit.
Baggage car. I take it it's Pensy.
The Atlantic coastlines.
Oh, okay.
So interesting you mentioned that. I'm doing Vinny has a scratch building class going on Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock.
I know, I was in there watching it.
This is what we made last week. So
I like the way he's doing that, reviewing or teaching how to measure and cut. All right,
it's so smart to start with paper and to learn the measure and cut and if you tape one on the outside, you have to make sure you tape the other on the outside. Like it's a
lot of the same processes from my old drafting days and architectural model building.
Yes. Yep. Oh, so I have a friend who is actually a theater designer, and when I posted the Red Caboose video, she wrote me and said that she recommends to her theater model building classes for the people in New York to go down to the Red Caboose to get their modeling supplies, just because of the stock that they have there. So I thought that was really
I am amazed. Are a lot of shops, not just hobby shops, but are a lot of shops in New York, downtown New York, like that, where the aisle width is so tight?
Well, there's only one hobby shop left in Manhattan. Train World is outside of Manhattan. I hear a truck off the road.
I'm not just talking about hobby shops. I'm talking about any type of business, because
no.
You couldn't pass the fire marshal in most cities.
I don't know how he gets past the fire marshal with that setup.
I probably know. It's probably has something to do with some skin.
Yeah, I would, or he's just been there so long that they, have some sort of understanding or something. But yeah. Hey, Brian Walter. Hey, CSX GEET 44AC. Hope everyone's doing well.
That's a mouthful.
And these are hard to. I keep knocking them off the tracks as I go around. Okay, so we're gonna try this first. This is the locomotive without any weights in it. We're gonna see. Well, one, we're gonna see if we can get it to turn on, and then two, we'll see how it does pulling. That's actually not bad. I'm actually surprised. I didn't actually think it would. I didn't think it'd be able to do this at this speed. I mean, this is at like 45% on the dial.
Is there wheel slippage or not?
I'm not hearing any.
It doesn't look like it. It looks like it's pulling quite well.
Yeah, it does look like it's pulling pretty well. Anthony Dodge. Opa Dodge. Welcome, sir.
Grandpa Dodge.
Yeah, Grandpa Dodge.
I've dealt with a lot of fire inspectors in New York for various either construction projects or from theater projects. And at least for like theater shows and stuff like that, they they don't let you. There's no
No slack.
no slack, none whatsoever. I mean, in a theater, I get it because right, like you may have 1,000 people in the house. At least in the theater I worked in, 1,000 people. So, I guess to some extent not to some extent, it is a big deal.
Yes. No.
So this now is the locomotive with the weights added.
Watch, it won't pull it.
Well, it's funny you say that. It just nudged forward and then sort of like hit something and stopped. So this is about the same speed as where I started the other one. I gotta say, I mean, they're both doing pretty well. I'm actually pretty impressed with the two of them. And this is actually a pretty good length of train for this oval. One of the things is I can't unfortunately add this car because this car has the microtrains couplers and this has the Marklin couplers, and for some reason they're just not compatible. It's not compatible. So yeah. So let's while we got this going around, you guys can't see what's going on behind me here, but let me do this. I can do this really quickly. So the train inspector is here right at my side. So she's sitting, right at my feet. And I don't know if you can tell, but there's a ball in her mouth. So she's sitting here because she wants me to throw the ball and play because she hears me talking.
All right.
And when she hears me talking, she thinks, oh, he must be talking to me. Because why else would he be talking in the apartment when nobody else is here? So he must want to play with me.
He can hear the rest of us, though, can he?
No, I have headphones on.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's actually interesting too. And it's actually a she. I don't know why I keep saying he, but she doesn't hear the TV or even like really acknowledge the TV in any way whatsoever, which I think is kind of interesting.
My dog goes nuts if there's a doorbell on the TV.
Yes, doorbell on the TV. Yes. I want to point out too. I don't know if anybody noticed, but I did not use the railer to put the cars on the track.
You did have your glasses on.
I did have my glasses on, but I didn't have to like get down and like let's see. Tim says my problem at hobby shops is I either don't have the money to spend or only can afford one thing, and I have to choose between 50 things I want. Yeah. Yes. They're very expensive. Martin, you have no idea what it feels like sitting here. Like, I know there's 36 people out there, and hopefully at least 30 of them have the sound on and can hear me talking. But for all I know, everybody out there, including Stephen Lee, are just bots.
Yeah.
And they're all just made up, and none of this is real, and nothing actually exists. And
we're all
Tyler, what are you
digital.
ordering from Amazon?
Ooh, I got something new this week.
What have you been ordering this time now, Stay?
Something cheap for a change.
Anthony, you really have to get to you got to get to the Amherst train show because they will have stuff there that I think you would be very interested in.
Oh, that's nice, Stay.
Hold on,
Now,
Steve,
there's
I'll
a
make it
story
bigger.
behind this.
Is that the Schlitz one?
No.
Something beer.
Berghoff.
Berghoff.
For those that are familiar with Chicago, next door to the Federal Building in downtown in the Loop is an old German restaurant named the Berghoff. And they own their own brewery over in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Right? And the brewery only brews beer for the restaurant until, I guess, within about the last 15 years, you could start buying it in the stores.
Gotcha. Yep.
But I grew up basically on it. So I saw that on eBay and had to have it.
There's some really cool beer cars out there. There definitely are. I hit the wrong button. Sorry. There we go. Wanted to get my logo up in the corner, and I wanted to get the names up so people can see that Nick from Nick's Crossings, and we've got Mr. Andy Ambrose, a member of the NMRA marketing team, or the NMRAX team, or something like that.
Yeah.
How you been, Andy?
Yeah, okay, mate. Bit busy work-wise, but hi, Steve.
Hey.
I've just popped up to show that I'm real and not a bot.
But how do I know you're not a bot even though you're here? Because you could just be like a hologram with like a, a whole thing.
You'd have to pinch
What were those Canal Reeves movies? The Matrix, that's it.
Yeah.
Are we all wearing the same uniform?
Oh, are you wearing your shirt too? Or it's a sweatshirt?
Yep.
Awesome.
I can't get too far back from the camera.
There he goes.
The sweatshirts look really nice. If I didn't own like 600 sweatshirts already, I'd probably...
They're bibs in England. Correct, Andy?
Oh, they're bibs.
I haven't heard them called that before.
Really?
Yeah, call them sweatshirts.
When I've been over to England, well, up by Manchester, numerous times. My best friend is from Manchester area. And we went to an outing down in, not Nottingham, Peterborough. And it was colder than hell. So I bought Cheryl and I some sweatshirts. And the lady says, "Why do you keep calling them sweatshirts? They're bibs." And Cheryl took and showed her the tag on the inside. It said Jersey Sweats. She goes, "Yeah, that's why we call them sweatshirts." So anyway,
people from Peterborough are a bit weird. Anyway, I was born there. And we have to have sweatshirts in England rather than t-shirts because it's colder.
Yeah. Well, I'm in Florida, so.
Yeah, I envy you.
Yeah. Hey, I did my time in Chicago growing up. So.
Yeah.
So, of course, now it's not running again. Oh, there we go.
Check the switch.
Oh, interesting. This guy is just starting up at a lower... Oh, no, now they're both starting up the same.
You lashing them up?
I am. They're DC. They're the same locomotives. I have run them, on opposite side of the tracks to kind of get it, to see how close they run. They're not perfect, but they are pretty close. And apparently the pilot truck cannot hang over the track or it's going to get stuck on the little power thing. That is the hardest thing with the GG1 is there's so many darn wheels.
It's like a steam loco.
So Ken, to answer your question, I don't really have any way except for measuring with a stopwatch the scale speed of a Z scale. I do have one of those AccuTrack things that I have never taken out of the box. So theoretically, I could set it to N scale, measure it in N scale, and then probably do some math to figure out what the scale speeds are. But I don't know.
Bang.
So Lauren Hurwitz, are you saying you've been to London, or that you've been to Manchester, or that you've been to the place that Andy said you grew up in?
Yeah, I didn't grow up there. I was just born there.
Oh, born there.
Yeah, I think we left there.
You
when
got
I was
out
about...
as soon as you can?
Well, I think I was about 3 months old when we got out of there.
Oh,
Dad,
yeah.
Dad was a vicar, and he used to move
Ah.
around. He used to move around with different churches and that. So I was brought up really in London.
Nice.
But I
Hey,
got
Nick.
out.
Going to one
I got
one
out of
extreme
London
to
as
the
soon as I
other.
could. Yeah.
Hey,
One
Nick,
scale
you want
to
to
Z scale.
unmute yourself and tell us a little bit about your railroad and your live stream?
Yeah, no problem. Sorry, it's super loud up here with all this stuff running.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I'm running a tank. I'm running a 736 post-war. That one is loud compared to the 1666 is it's the good one. But yeah, the 736 is loud. But yeah, every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, basically I just run a live stream on YouTube, and it can go from an hour to almost 3 hours, like last Monday. But it's called the Monday Run Day series. Check it out. I'm also doing toy train reviews for O scale stuff, and it's been a lot of fun.
And you've got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, not as much as like Eric's trains or anything like that, but yeah, there's actually I reorganized the back wall. I'll show you guys really quick. That was my studio setup. But yeah, just actually had a Blade Heath moment. I dropped this RS3. While I was setting up for this, I dropped it on a Canadian Pacific. So
Did you get it on video so that you can post it for the Blame Heath challenge?
no, I have a whole video set up for that. I won't give too much away. So but yeah, it's gonna be so much fun.
So, Martin, to answer your question, does anyone not have that speedometer? I've only found one other commercially available item, and it's out of London. And I actually have to check in on that and see. Let me write that down because
Is
I
it
was
DCC
talking.
Concepts that
No.
has it's there's one that mounts in. It's not a standalone. You have to put sensors in your track a certain distance apart.
Yes, that's the TCS one.
TCS. Okay.
Yeah, but the one I'm talking about is it's a similar style to the AccuTrack one, but it doesn't come in a case and stuff. Guy in London, I think, sort of worked with somebody in Taiwan to make it. So I don't know how good it is, but I was trying to see if I could get one. But yeah, I mean, you could always use a timer and distance, right? I mean, you measure out the distance, you time it out. And
But I'll
you
tell
can
you
do
what,
it
the
that way
AccuTrack
too.
makes it so much. The AccuTrack makes it so much easier, though.
The reason I got the AccuTrack was for speed matching, because
Yeah,
I
same
didn't
here.
want to try and do the speed matching without it.
Andy doesn't have a speedometer.
Well, that's because Andy doesn't go very fast.
That's true.
I was wondering how you were going to respond to that joke.
Carolina doesn't have one either.
I wonder what that. Wonder what the stuff on top of this is. If it's.
And of course, Anthony Dodge's Central Station has one built in.
Oh, does it? Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, I mean, Marklin's got some cool stuff. That's for sure.
I think the new TCS controller's got a built-in speedometer.
Does it? But has anybody actually seen that TCS controller? I feel like it's one of those things that's been talked about for a year or two.
The one with the potentiometer on front, the big dial.
Yeah.
No, that's the throttle you're thinking of. I'm talking about the actual command station from that.
Oh no, I haven't seen it.
We've got a problem in the UK because they've stopped supplying dealers TCS in the UK.
Why did they stop supplying dealers?
They're going to do everything centrally, they say, from TCS UK.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go wash my hands real quick. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves.
So they're going more
Tim
direct,
is saying wash my hands. I'm going to go wash my hands.
consumer.
Yeah, I think
Right.
that's the case, Steve.
The Mini, I don't get the TCS Mini. To me, I don't understand it. It's not any smaller. Like the Digitrax regular throttle and the UT throttle are like so different.
It's a-
I thought these
it's a
weights
tad-
were lick and stick. No.
It's a tad smaller, but it's got the bigger potentiometer on it. If it's the one I'm thinking
Yeah.
of.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which-
I use a Digitize command station because then I can use any controller that I want. Like, I don't, it doesn't matter if it's Wi-Fi, it doesn't matter if it's NC, it doesn't matter if it's Digitrax. I can use any throttle. So this whole thing of like having to have a universal throttle, it's like I'm just gonna buy a universal command station.
I just use engine driver on an old cell phone.
I don't,
Yeah.
I
Or
don't
Y-
like the
or
touch
Y throttle
screen
on
thing.
mine.
The
Yeah.
touchscreen thing is,
Do you
I'll
need
be
a
back 1 second.
Do you need a command station these days? You can run nearly everything through JMRI.
That's true too.
And the latest MQTT system that some people are using does away with the command station altogether. It's a peer-to-peer system, whatever that is.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I used my Digitrax throttle.
There's quite a lot we can't get over here. We can't get NCE radio because the radio frequency is apparently different or something or other.
Yeah.
So in those circumstances, TCS would allow you to at least have a non-tethered throttle.
Yeah.
So there are advantages.
So,
And
so if people
you know-
are curious, this motor's not spinning for some reason, and I figured people kind of were interested in me poking at things last week. So now that I got this Z scale going, I thought I might poke at that for a little bit.
Now the Iowa engineering that did your trolley thing back and forth, they've got
Yes.
a proto throttle. All right, that's supposed to mimic more of a actual loco cab.
Yeah. And that's definitely interesting.
One
I
I
think
can't.
that's really
if I
for
was gonna
people
buy-
that do a lot of operations.
One of the throttles I can't, not throttles, one of the command stations I can't understand is the big Zemo one. When I say big, it's quite small. But it's
So
like,
I was talking to somebody about that because I was like, it is unbelievably expensive.
yeah.
Like, what is the deal? And what I was told, I just realized I'm missing a cover. I'm missing a cover. There's a cover over this gearbox, but not over that gearbox.
Yeah.
What I was
Helps.
told was that Zemo is used primarily in like museums type of settings, but I didn't quite understand that. Oh, look, here's the little plastic cover.
The command station's about between 1,500 and 2,000 pounds.
Yeah,
with the
crazy.
With the extra
Oh.
bits you need.
Yeah,
Um,
very expensive.
And it's 20 amps.
Oh,
Right,
that's
save
what
on-
it's.
It's save on boosters, but I'd be a bit worried about welding things to the track if they came off at 20 amps on the rails.
Yeah, right?
I mean, Hornby did a 10 amp control system for their live steam, and 10 amps was bad enough. If you had point blades, switch blades welding themselves to each other now and again. I think when you got
Well,
short there.
I kind of think anybody, if you're not throwing, if you don't have electronic circuit breakers in your system, I think that's a mistake. I mean, if you're paying, $200 plus, sometimes $350 for a sound equipped locomotive or whatever,
Yeah.
and you're not buying an electronic circuit breaker to protect your system. I just think it's something everyone should really do.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's easier as well if you've got a fault. If you sectionalize the layout with different circuit breakers, it's much easier to trace a fault.
And I may be a little bit more concerned about it because my system's portable. I have a portable control box, so every time I plug it in, I need to make sure that the power's good because whatever. I actually got this is another DC. Oh, and I put it in upside down. But anyway, DCC Concepts alpha meter.
Oh man, I want one.
So
Yeah,
I got this. I haven't put it in line yet. I'm gonna wire it in line with the motorman for now. But I'm gonna redo. In my second video, I showed my portable control box, and I'm gonna redo that, and I'm gonna put this in it so that I can see that I don't have any issues. So yeah, I have this from DCC Concepts, and I'm gonna check that out. That's on the to-do list.
Yeah,
So
because you could have
Brian, this track is from Rokuhan, and I threw away all the boxes, but it's Rokuhan track. There are very few distributors in the US that have it. I think it's zgauge.com is where I've been getting it through his store on eBay. But yeah, it works exactly like the Bachmann Easy Track or the Kato Unitrack. You can actually see the two tracks are very similar. The N scale on the back here, and then obviously the Z scale on the front.
So what's
yeah,
the
what were you
scale
about to
difference
say,
between Z and N? What's the scale difference between Z and N?
So N scale is 1/160th, and or 1/160th, and Z scale is 1/220th.
Oh crap!
Don't ask me to do the percentage difference between the two because that's not going to happen. But all right, so it seemed like this locomotive. So this locomotive didn't run last time I pulled it out, and so that's why I took it apart. It seemed like it just needed a little help getting spinning. This is one of my N-scale locomotives from the 80s. Back in the 80s, you can kind of...
If that cover wasn't on that worm gear or on it all the way, it would allow that worm gear to slip.
Oh, interesting.
Because
at the time, the motor wasn't even spinning. It's like I was getting nothing from it.
Because that cover on HO anyway, the cover is what holds the gears into the casing and holds the whole truck onto the frame.
Yeah, this just seems like kind of a weak locomotive in general. Like when I touched the wheels, it just sort of stopped right away. But yeah, so Z-scale was another Marklin invention. Marklin is still by far one of the big, huge makers of it. The thing I don't like about Marklin is the couplers are great in that they don't come apart, but they don't look prototypical at all. And Microtrains and AZL have more realistic looking couplers. What I'm going to build at some point is a transition car. I've got these are Marklin style couplers that can go on a body mounted Microtrains car. So I'll put the Marklin connector on one side and the Microtrains connector on the other, and then I could use it to... Hey, nice mug there, Andy.
Yeah.
I got
Hold that up again, Andy. So these are actually, and if you turn it around, these are actually the Patreon mug. Is this the No, this isn't the Patreon mug.
No,
No,
that's
this
the
is-
Blame Heath mug.
Yeah.
I thought you were showing the
This
Patreon mug.
No, I haven't used that yet. I'm going to put that in a cabinet. That's a special because it's got signed by Heath on it.
It does. Manny Fernandez actually gave me the idea. He said, "Would you sign the Patreon mugs?" And I was like, "That is a great idea because then it makes them different, and they'll only you only get them through Patreon." So
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for a cocktail glass, Keith.
oh, so funny you say that.
Hey, well, is that a decal? Because I've had that and they don't last.
It is. It's not a decal. It's actually here. I'm sorry. I just realized I wasn't bigger. It's a clear sticker.
Yeah,
So
That's
from yeah, I don't hear the sound that people are talking about sound. I don't hear the sound they're talking about. I got some stuff from Sticker Mule. I got some round stickers and some other stickers and stuff. But what I really like that I got that anybody that comes to Northlands is going to get a pin. These are just like regular like little pins that I got
Oh, yeah.
printed up just because I
Buttons.
thought they were fun. So if you come to Northlands on March 13th, I've got hello, my name is stickers and I've got pins.
Well, Andy, correct me if I'm wrong. They're badges in the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah, the badges in the UK.
Hey guys, I got to sign off for the
Badges.
day. So I'll see you all later.
See you
All right,
again.
bye, Nick.
See you guys.
The first, see you later, Nick. Thanks for coming.
No problem. Thank you so much.
The first syllable in Marklin. Marklin. Marklin?
Merkley.
Mayor Clean.
Mayor Clean. Mayor Dirty or Mayor Clean? Am I saying it right, Jason?
Do what?
Do what, huh?
Huh?
What you talking about?
Hi, Jason.
Hi, Jason.
I played the fifth.
That is probably a good idea. You know, one of these days, what I really should do is take this guy a little bit more apart and use some contact cleaner and get out. It looks like there is some old grease and stuff down in here. And that would probably really help.
Yeah.
I think
Man,
this
that
guy.
grease is not good stuff.
I think this guy's got more work that needs to be done on it than I want to do right now during this live stream because we all know how things go when you try and do them on a live stream. Oh, and I don't know if people noticed, I got these little clip with alligator clips, which make testing stuff just so easy. It's really great. It's really fast.
That type of battery is a must send going to a model show.
Yeah, that's what actually other people were mentioning that too, and I was kind of like, oh, that's kind of smart. I didn't even think about that.
I done a video recently about it. You just put it across the back of the wheels and it works wonders.
Yeah, that's what I was doing with this guy, just to test, get it working, because this is a DC only. There's no decoder in that.
Yeah.
It
That's the
actually
whole
looks
thing.
like from inside of it, there is a lot of room in there. I could put a whole sound decoder in that thing. I don't know that I would. I don't know.
Mm.
I feel like if I put a decoder in it, I feel like I'd want to change out all the couplers and stuff also, and all that stuff.
Yeah, couplers are going to be my next big investment.
Yeah, I've got these Z-scale couplers, and every time I look at them, I'm kind of like, am I really thinking that I'm going to try and change a Z-scale coupler? Like, am I that crazy?
Yes.
So my life tracks. The prices on Z-scale compared to other scales. If you buy Mayor Clean, Mayor Dirty, Mayor Clean stuff, it's about twice as expensive as the same thing made by Microtrains. For Z-scale, I'm talking about Z-scale stuff now. So the Mayor Clean stuff is it better? I don't know. Maybe. But it's definitely more expensive than the Microtrains.
Hey,
The
Rick.
AZL stuff is kind of in the middle. It kind of depends. Rick, speaking of
everybody.
depends,
You guys are horrible.
are you working?
Started already. Yeah, unfortunately.
So we're branching off to Nick now. So
Rick, it sounds like he poised you with a good question.
Nice.
All right, so the
Nice.
first syllable is stress. The second syllable is soft. So it's Marklin. So I took German for like 4 years in high school. I don't remember a word of it. I am probably the wrong person to be attempting to speak.
I haven't heard
in
enough time
German.
with English.
Bingo. Marklin. I just like saying it now like that. Marklin.
Sounds like you have
Completely inappropriate.
sounds like a redneck accent.
Well, maybe they are the rednecks of Germany.
Jason agrees with me.
Wait, hold on.
I live around a ton of them, so, and I got family that are that way, so.
So
He does.
here's the part that's funny to me. Jason, turn to your left a little bit again. Other left.
Left, not right.
So the guy who is verifying the redneck accent is also wearing an American flag neck thing.
Well, that's right. Rednecks are American.
If
He's
that's
doing a
not
Duck
if that's not
Dynasty impersonation.
representing the rednecks, I don't, you know.
And I got the beard to go with it.
There you go.
Hey, Jason comes by it naturally. He's from Arkansas, man. Cut him some slack.
That's right.
Born
I
and
can't help
bred.
it. I was born into it.
He's from the other side of the mountain.
So is John Schuylkill River Valley still here? I want to know if this will count as a meet for the challenge. The
Sure
trolley
does.
going past the.
Sure does.
Talk
Yeah, I
about
would
yourself
think
for
so.
one
Two separate
second.
tracks.
It's on two separate tracks, so it should count as a meet.
Now, see, with my
No,
layout,
no, because he says it's got to be two trains and a single engine or trolley going back and forth. I don't think qualifies.
okay, so now I have the question on this one. I've got a single track main that's got sidings. So what if I have a locomotive or a train sitting in the siding and the other train goes by? Does
No,
that still
that
consider a
counts.
It's not
meet?
moving, so it's not a meet.
No, he
Yeah, I
says
can
it's
do it.
okay. He says it's okay.
So what you're saying
In his-
is I
in
should
his description.
I should stop the trolley there, and now that the trolley stopped and it's going by, it's more correct.
No. Stop a train there instead of just a trolley. Put an
So
engine and
I
three
should-
or four
so
cars
if I
back
put-
there.
If I put my Amtrak, if I put this loco on there, that would be more correct.
And a couple of cars, yes.
Well, what qualifies as a train? How many cars do you have to have for a train?
He said an engine and some rolling stock.
Yeah,
Some. He didn't say how many. If you
I've got a
if you
video.
go back-
I got a video showing where I had one locomotive and one cart, and that's considered a train.
All right, hold on. Here
I'm
we
just
go.
telling you what
A
John said.
trolley does qualify as a train.
Oh, prove me wrong, John. Gosh, I'm very
So see, that works, Jason, as long as there's a loco and rolling stock.
Okay.
So that's
A
a me.
logo and rolling stock.
But he's saying a trolley is a complete thing in and of
It's a
itself.
complete unit in itself. That's a good point.
See,
Unless you had 2 trolley cars. Then it'd be
Here we
different.
go. This is the man that created the challenge. At
I
least
agree.
one local and one piece of rolling stock, although trolleys and RDCs, which are single as well, count. So, Steve, do you want to argue with the man?
No, not at all.
Jason, you're gonna. Oh yeah, Jason. Heath, you're gonna have to update your list. I think I've got a challenge that I'm gonna put out later today.
Oh no!
Got another one.
Oh no! Don't do it.
Oh no, what's your challenge, Rick?
I'm not gonna say it. You gotta wait for the video. You gotta wait for the video.
And I plan on pulling a Vinny. So I've got a second one in mind.
You know,
Nobody's done my first yet.
nobody. Oh, yeah. Your video's hard to find for some reason. I couldn't find it until you sent me the link.
I don't know.
I like doing Jason's. My challenge, when I done Jason's was cool.
All right. So, for people who don't know what we're talking about, let's go here. So, people, this computer, I tell you, I'm ready to throw it.
Go PC.
I click a button and it waits. There we go. So I have captured 20 challenges so far. This doesn't have Steve's challenge yet. Sounds like it doesn't have Rick's challenge yet. But PGH Train Fanatics started this. If you don't know, he was not going to be able to do his live stream 1 week. So instead of not doing anything, he basically put up this challenge. And it's now turned into this whole thing where there's now, these 20 plus, it sounds like multiple.
You're missing one. You're missing the most important one that has started the whole thing. And it's not
Train
Nick.
Fanatics started it.
No, it's Nick issued the first challenge, but he did not start the firestorm.
I thought
Uncle
it was
Wilmer
Uncle-
did.
Oh, Uncle
Yeah, Uncle
Wilmer.
Wilmer did. Yeah. Uncle Wilmer's is right here, number 9.
Yeah, number 9 or 8.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
I overlooked it. Sorry. I thought you had them in order. So
No, I did them in order that I could kind of find them.
gotcha.
But yeah. So Nick's really took off in the O scale space. And then when Uncle Wilmer did it in the HO and N scale space, it sort of took off a little more. Steve says he's here for the fire. There were no fires. Oh, look. So Tim's got another challenge coming out too.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna start kind of wrapping this up a little bit, just because
I can't just in time then.
it's almost 1 o'clock and it's been a long week. I made a list of things, and I'm just gonna go through my list really quick. If people want to start posting about their channels, about stuff they have coming up, about the challenges they're working on, any kind of stuff like that, after I get done reading these announcements, we'll read some of that stuff out of the chat. If there's anybody here that you're not subscribed to, please subscribe. And speaking about subscribers, I mentioned this in the beginning, but I do want to mention this again. I'm doing a full court press for 1,000 subs. My game is that I want to do the 1,000 subs by March 13th for the trip to Northlands, because I'd love that to be, kind of a 1K celebration as well as a meet and greet. It's going to take a lot of work for me to get to 1K. I don't even know how many. Anyone have any idea how many subs I have? I was around like 890 something. I don't know where I'm at now.
You're close to 900.
Nice.
897.
897?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah,
So-
I told you were close.
Thanks, Jason.
Oh, you just...
Anyway, if you're not subbed and you're watching, if you like the content, I'd really appreciate it. Oh, Melvin's saying I'm at 896 now, so somebody has unsubscribed since I started.
Oh, that might have been me. This stream sucks.
So Northlands is on March 13th. I've got a new way to support the channel. Buy Human City Junction, a model train. You go to blameheath.support. And if people don't know, .support is like .com or like .net. It's just a new thing, so it's blameheath.support. If you go to blameheath.com, you'll get to the Blame Heath merchandise. Anyway, there's the Blame Heath challenge we were just talking about. Modeling Monday. If you want to be a part of Modeling Monday, email me with a project that you're working on. I'd love to have some new and different people each week coming up showing projects that they're working on. Last week we had Graham from Leamington Station, and it was really great having somebody else join, and he was working on a push button board for his turnouts, and it was just really cool seeing that. And also on Tuesday, for people that don't know, Vinny is doing a really cool thing. I mentioned we made this this last week, but it's a scratch building workshop, and he's really thrown out some really cool tips. It's on right after On Track Tuesday. So on Monday, it's Modeling Monday at 6, and then Tom at 8. And then on Tuesday is On Track Tuesday at 7, and then Vinny's thing at 8. And then there's other stuff going on too. On Sunday, Rick, what are you doing Sunday?
I don't know.
You still don't know?
Still got no idea. I will be hosting Sidetrack Sunday, but topic is still unknown. It might just be a panel, because I really don't have a topic at this point or anything that I could possibly work on. So I'll see. I still have 2 days. We'll see.
Oh, you should weather a locomotive with your airbrush.
I kind of did two live streams with airbrush, and I'm afraid I might start losing subscribers if I keep that going.
You might start gaining subscribers at the rate you're going.
Yeah,
people are going to want to see how it ends. Okay,
That's true.
We made it to step 2.
Okay,
Step 3 will be next week. You know, it's like we're all just waiting. How's the mystery going to end of Rick?
This is true.
Yes, it is also Super Bowl Sunday. That's why we made Rick do it. Normally the first week would be John, but John didn't want to compete with Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah. I mean, I had nothing else to do. I'm not a football fan, so if I wasn't doing the live stream, I'd probably be playing with Barbies with my 7-year-old. So I'm happy to fill in.
The chances of me watching the Super Bowl are probably slim to none. So, yeah.
But Rick, what you could do is just cut out a heart stencil and then airbrush some hearts on one of your locomotives.
Oh my God!
Ooh, now we're talking.
He could even do a better one than that. He could put a tree on the side of a loco.
I'm not that good yet. I mean, jeez. The next Sidetrack Sunday will be like a Mount Rushmore on the side of a car with all the guys from Sidetrack Sunday. I'm not that good yet.
I know Rick's trying to get away from the. Rick's trying to get away from the whole tree thing, because my understanding is he's got something really special for us next week that's going to make us forget all about the tree thing.
You're just trying to deflect that it's your Valentine's Day show. So you have no idea. I may just not show up so I can get all this attention focused on you.
For my Valentine's Day show, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and pull out a couple of the Blame Heath challenge responses, and I think I'm going to show some of those responses. I think that's going to be my my February 14th stream. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Andy, anything you want to talk about?
Just wondering if everybody's voted yet in the NMRA elections.
This guy did.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. If people don't know, if you are an NMRA member, you have to have already signed up to be an NMRA member. You can't sign up now and vote. But if you've been a member, it's now time to vote. So if you look around, you'll know who I recommend voting for.
I was a member in 1970. Can I vote?
You've been a member since then, or you have not been a member since
back
then?
Back then.
You probably can't vote, but you can definitely sign up again.
What? This is a stupid question. What is everyone voting for?
The board
just so
of,
people like me who are unaware will have the information.
Yeah, so it's.
I think.
Yeah.
If I can, how I perceive it, we've had over the past 5 to 10 years continual drop in membership in the NMRA. And the idea of this election is there are new people standing that are not part of the old crew. And for example, in Heath's area, you've got John Doring standing. And for the first time, you've got someone from the UK standing as the president for the president's position. And
okay.
They're younger, have a lot of new ideas, and hopefully they will rebuild the membership.
Awesome.
And make it more accessible to people.
Yeah, I mean, you've heard it from multiple people, so I won't get into it too much, but, you know, a lot of us have all had, you know, either club or experiences of sort of the old guard and, you know, not so much in being inviting of the younger guard. And, you know, the new people want to share. So, Auntie, you want to take this question?
What question? Oh, it's the National Model Railroad Association, which is effectively it's an American organization principally, but it effectively covers the whole world, and it is responsible for things like the digital standards, recommended practices, car weights, as Heath was referring to earlier. It's a members organisation to promote the hobby, basically. That's what it should be doing.
Yeah, and for people that don't know, like, when you go out and buy an HO scale model, the whole reason why you know that HO scale model is actually HO scale is because the NMRA set the standard for when you call something HO, this is what that means.
They set standards for coupler heights, weight of the cars.
Yeah.
You know, track gauges for that matter.
Yeah.
Lee?
Yeah.
Anything you want to share with the group?
The only thing is I've got that stream on Sunday, but it's already up there. I've started a stream that I'm doing modeling Sunday. It's 5 a.m. UK time, 5 p.m. UK time, 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in America, and that's what all I need to say. That's it.
Awesome. Lee, thank you.
Thank you.
And Andy, I'm going to bring you up here. I don't know that you have the answer to this, but my understanding of the NMRA and O scale is that there is a standard, but that certain companies don't follow the standard.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, even with HO, there are, for example, NTH don't produce.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, don't produce the same digital system as the NMRA system. The NMRA system is a set of recommended practices, which it's up to the manufacturer to follow or not follow at their choice. But most of the big names follow the NMRA standards.
That's a great way of saying it. They're recommended standards. They don't have any licensing control or any sort of
No,
thing like that.
that's correct.
So yeah.
We're just working on the LCC standards now.
That's going to be interesting. Yep.
That is interesting. Yes,
That's going to be. I'm looking forward to that. Actually, I've definitely
Thousands of
already taken an
pages.
approach where I run, one breaker out to the track stuff and one breaker out for all the other stuff, all with DCC. But to have a separate, it's interesting.
So LCC, is that for like lighting?
Yeah,
Signaling?
LCC. Yeah, it's LCC is like. I mean, a lot of us already use an auxiliary bus to provide power for point motors, especially if you're using solenoids or something like that require more current. LCC is a control system per the rest of the layout, but one which works connected to the DCC so that you can run everything, you can integrate everything together.
So your signal lights and block control with the LCC.
Yeah, it's similar to if you look at proprietary systems that are already out there, you've got LocoNet is a system which you can use for a lot of feedback, but LCC is trying to sort of bring all the varying systems that are out there together so that they're interoperable, because at the moment they're not.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting sort of change, not sort of change, interesting growth. DCC has been around for a long time, and it'll be good.
The American company RR Circuits is probably the biggest supplier of LCC equipment at the moment.
Are they the only one? I don't actually know of another one.
There are people that supply different odds and ends, but you've got the Alpha system from DCC Concepts, for example.
Oh, I didn't realize the Alpha system was LCC.
They don't call it LCC.
Oh, okay.
Because of this business of proprietary trade names, and the LCC won't work. Theirs won't work with LocoNet, and LocoNet won't work with theirs. They're very much manufacturer specific at the moment.
Gotcha.
But the NMRA group that's working on it is bringing all these specifications together. And I can't give the name of the manufacturer, but one of the big names is putting a lot of input into it at the moment and getting quite interested, I think is the word I should use.
Yeah.
Hopefully that will go somewhere in the future.
Yeah. Pete thinks that Rick is pretending to be at work.
Yeah, every so often we get those kind of calls.
Was it oh my god, my computer's not working, and you said just plug it in?
But no, reboot. When in doubt, reboot. Don't my people around here know. Don't call me unless you've rebooted first.
That's good. You've got him trained. I just want to point out to everybody, it did not take me 3 hours, and not only do I have one train running, I have 2 trains running.
How much prep work did you do?
I think, Keith, nothing went wrong.
No, I wouldn't say that. No, I wouldn't say nothing went wrong.
He didn't have the switch set right to begin with.
So Anthony Dodge is doing episode 4 of his Matt Clark Train Detective. 30 minutes into his stream. So the stream starts at 3:30. He'll roll that at 4.
That's good, that is.
Yeah, so that's a pretty good series.
Yeah,
Did I forget to ask anybody on the panel if they have anything to say?
Yeah, you didn't ask me.
I didn't ask you, Jason, did I?
I'm here for the fun. No, I've been.
Are you doing a layout update?
So I plan on putting my photo backdrop on the balloon loop area on the bottom level. I plan on doing that tomorrow. So I'm curious to see how that's going to go. But I did upload some videos over midnight, which was a few challenge videos. One of those is actually videos from my old layout that y'all never got to see. So if you want a sneak peek of some of the stuff that I have done in the past, check that one out. I think it's hot.
There's the bridges. I remember that.
Yeah. And it's because I don't have a bridge, a tunnel, or a cut on my layout. And I'm like, well, I have it on the old layout. Will that work? So I showed, where I've done some scenery, like in a cut, the bridge, and even operating signals. So if you're interested in that stuff, you can check that video out. And then I plan on releasing 3 more challenge videos today, including East, which is going to be a big blooper reel.
I'm so looking forward to what people come up with mine. I think it's going to be. I hope it's fun. I hope people think of it as fun and, come up with some stuff. But
it was fun. It was fun doing it. It wasn't fun. That last clip of mine was not fun when it occurred. But
when you had a string line issue, I don't know if people noticed this. I'm actually gonna, since we're talking about string line, I thought this was kind of interesting. If you watch the cars going around the corners on the Z scale, you can see just how much of an overhang there is. I think it's actually kind of interesting that I'm guessing these are 80-foot passenger cars.
Yeah.
But I have a second set of track coming that's going to go on the outside of this, so I can run 2 at once. So I'll start running the passengers on the outer side, but it is interesting to see that overhang. And if you go and watch Steve's response to Blaine Heath, you'll be able to see that he has what's called basically a string line derailment, where it's going around the corner and the center cars all kind of fall in on themselves.
It was hilarious, I did see it.
Yeah.
But it was 23 passenger cars.
Yes. And it was do you know what that radius is? It's a pretty tight radius.
Yeah, that's a 20-inch radius going up a 2.5% grade. So.
Wow.
I've got no grade. I can do it, but I've got no grades with mine, Heath.
Did y'all see the challenge that Ray did? Or he did my challenge, but it was a video that he did. You should see how much the overhang is on those passenger cars in GG1s on his layout.
Yeah, I can imagine. The way the articulated trucks are in the GG1s, they really come out. So these are the Blaine Heath responses so far. Lackawanna, Steve, Joders, Brian Page, Dan, Grand Valley Railroad, and this gentleman who I don't see a lot in the live streams, but he's been commenting on videos as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing all these. If you don't know, if you go to my video and you click on the hashtag that's blue, it'll bring you to this page, which sort of shows all the videos. Somebody used the hashtag 5 years ago, so it's kind of funny. There's one video from 5 years ago.
Cool.
Yeah, it is true. Any scale is going to have that overhang on this radius. And this is not the tightest radius they make for this. There is actually 2 radiuses smaller in the Rokuhan stuff. But yeah, I thought it'd be fun. I think like a second radius, I would just put it, around, and I think it would fit. I'm like pointing, but you can't see me because I'm still sharing my screen. I think it would fit nicely up here to have the second, sort of loop going. There's kind of plenty of room to get the 2 loops in. So it's fun. Anyway, if nobody else has anything they want to talk about, I'm going to drop some people down and I'm going to roll my little outro, and I'm going to say thank you all for coming. And I hope you have a great model railroad day, or a great railroad day, or great day period.
Oh no, Steve! Take a look at the whole thing. The last clip is it's not a loco falling off the board. It's a loco flying off the board into a bunch of pieces.
Oh, I saw that, Steve. That was bad news, but
How do you get to that again?
You can do it just by in the search bar. You can just type pound blame Heath with no spaces.
Okay.
Or if you just go to my contest entry or challenge entry video. Here, I can just show you. If you go to my video here in the, sorry, my computer is being a little slow right now. If you see right here, it says blame Heath. If you just click on that, it'll take you back to that other search page.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Awesome. Well, thank you all. I'm going to make myself big, and I'm going to kick people out, and I'm going to roll my outro. And thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate everyone being here, and have a really.
See you all at Anthony's at 3:30.
See you in Anthony's at 3:30. Bye all.
Take care, everyone.
Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye for now.
later.